I like to start the yoga classes looking at some kind of spiritual text that's uplifting. And the Bhagavad Gita is really geared towards lifting us up. And it's really all about yoga, from the spiritual angle to yoga. And so I think it's helpful to keep in mind, like while we're doing this yoga practice for our physical well-being, there's also a whole other realm of spiritual ideas that connect with yoga that I think can really be helpful in adding to, releasing that pressure valve that we all have. It's like when you make hot water for tea and you turn up the heat and it comes to a boil and it has a whistle on it, and if you don't lift the little tab there, it's just going to keep whistling. And sometimes our being just is constantly whistling, and we don't know where the relief valve is, or even to turn down the heat or turn it off. And so the spiritual dimension of yoga helps us to find where the gas switch is, so that we could turn it down if we want to, or turn it off, or we could also remove some of the lid on the pot that's boiling. And that way we relieve the pressure that we feel. But this is the chapter 8 section of the Bhagavad Gita. Small part of chapter 8 I'll share with you. Arjuna asked, what is Brahman, the absolute? What is the supreme self, Atman? What is karma, Sri Krishna? What is this earthly realm? And what is the kingdom of light? Those are some pretty heavy questions. Krishna said, my highest nature is the imperishable Brahman that gives life to all beings and dwells in individuals as the supreme self. If we really can connect with this verse, then without even doing anything, we may feel some kind of intimate connection with the divine, however it is that you understand that. Yoga is pretty clear. It's reality, this world. An analogy of like if the world is like an ocean and our individual selves are like one small tiny wave on that ocean. And when we really connect to that Brahman, then we realize, oh, I'm not just this individual wave, I'm part of the whole. And just that alone is a deep realization. This is really powerful medicine for us. Maybe just taking that in. We're not separate selves according to this. And it's not like we have to do something in order to get there. It's not based on some kind of merit that we've done. It's the reality of our existence. It's as though we've forgotten it. It's always been there. We just forget because we get so busy sometimes with all of our things to do. The perishable earthly realm is the physical body. This physical body perishes. And Purusha is the realm of light and object of all worship. I alone am the essence of sacrifice, present in your very body. Wonderful. It's in our body. That's where we can find the divine. That's where we can find Brahman. It's in your own physical body. That's good news. It's not like you have to go somewhere to get it. It's always right with you. If you are thinking of me at the time of physical death, you will leave your body and come directly to me. There is no doubt about it. Right? So we wonder, and again, keeping in mind as you think about this is Krishna talking. This is the God Vishnu in the form of Krishna. But you can use your own, however you conceive of God or greatness in the universe, however you conceive it, doesn't even have to be in religious terms. That's what we're That's what we're talking about. When you start to think about that, you go directly to that. Whatever your last thought is at death. It's important to keep in mind. So, and our last thought is going to be determined by previous thoughts before that. So we can't just say, oh, I'll wait, I'll put it off until I'm on my last breath, and then I'll think of Krishna, I'll go right there. Because if you haven't practiced going there, then it's going to be really hard to think about Krishna or however you understand God. It's going to be really hard to think about that at the last moment, so we practice it now. For me, Buddha, thinking about Buddha, keeping Buddha in mind. For some people, Allah or maybe Jesus, keeping the in mind that which you worship, that which you see as everything to you. You go to whatever you are thinking of at the time of physical death, Arjuna, because your mind established that direction. Therefore, think of me constantly and fight for what's right. I like that. He says, fight for what's right. Do what you've got to do. Do your own duty. Do your dharma. Carry out your dharma fully, whatever that might be for you. And sometimes that involves a little bit of fight, argument, disagreement, but we have to carry it out. I'm the kind of person that does not like to argue and disagree. And yet sometimes I'm in that position of disagreement because there's some values that I hold dear and central to me that might be at odds with the other person, or at least how I perceive. So it's okay to fight, as long as it's fighting for what is our true, what we truly value. If your heart and mind are given to me, then you will surely come directly to me. It's a beautiful statement, I think. So let's connect with that Brahman, however you might understand Brahman, in our physical body. That's what we're doing here. Let's make our way to the top of our mat, standing for sun salutation. And notice your body, noticing your physical body. This is where the divine dwells. Just bringing some attention there. And let's do our first sun salute. Palms together. Bringing the arms out and up. Lengthening up. Feel the sensations in your body. Just lengthening up. Lengthening from the core. Maybe a little back bend here. When I do a back bend, sometimes it could be a small back bend, just like a little bit. Or if you want, you can really squeezing your glutes here and engaging your core and bending back. See what works for your body. We don't want to hurt ourselves, but sometimes a deeper back bend can be really helpful. Okay, and then releasing our arms out, folding forward from the hips, and the arms come down towards the floor. Feel that stretch in the back of the legs, softening the neck. Just resting here for a few moments, noticing your physical body. We bring ourselves into these asanas because they help us to pay more attention to our physical bodies where the divine dwells. Let's step our left foot back, lowering our left knee down, maybe lifting our chin. And keep in mind, your body's, in the Christian tradition, the body is considered like the temple. And so we really want to honor that and not do any harm to our own body as we flow through this class. Okay, stepping the right foot back, drawing the heels down towards the mat.
Just gently lengthening the back. Tailbone coming up a little bit maybe. Pressing the fingers down into the mat. Just feel your palms connecting to the earth. And then shifting your body forward, maybe lowering your knees down here. You could also lower down onto your elbows if you like, and just slide up onto your abdomen. Exhale fully. Just bring your head down and then lifting your head back up. Little bend here. Pressing into the hands, engaging your core. Kind of shifting your tailbone back. Readjust your hands. And then when you're ready, engaging your core and straightening your legs. Just see how that feels to be in this downward dog. Breathing. Remembering that the divine is not necessarily in a special place. Wherever you go is your temple, is a Zen saying. Wherever we go is our temple. So it's right here, right now. There's not a special place to go. Okay, when you're ready, you can slide or step your left foot forward. Perhaps lowering your right knee. And kind of softening the muscles around your hips, your abdomen, maybe your face if you like. Remember, this is your practice, so I might say some things that to do, but they're merely suggestions, and I trust that you will listen to your own body. Let's step or slide the right foot forward. Straightening the legs a little bit, maybe bringing the hands to the knees or just leaving them down towards the floor. It really depends on how your back is feeling here. Just kind of feel it out. Like, where do you want to have your back? And then reaching the arms up, overhead. Locking the thumbs, little back bend here, engaging your core. And then palms together in front of the heart. So inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the right foot back. Exhale the left foot back. Lower down knees and elbows if you want. And come on to your abdomen. Raising up your head, neck, shoulders, breathe in. And on the exhale, returning to downward facing dog. In your own time. Right foot forward. And left foot forward. Reaching the arms out and up. Palms together in front of the heart. Okay, one more. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back. Right foot back. Exhale. Lower down knees, chest, and chin. Raising the head, neck, and shoulders. Downward dog, exhale. Lunge, left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale the right foot forward. Inhale up. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Continuing here, right foot forward, left foot back. For triangle, arms over the legs, reaching. Right hand down, left arm up. Maybe the left arm over the head. Let's make our way back up. Engage your core on the way up. Engage your core here. Change the direction of the feet. Let's go the opposite way. Reaching forward,
Right arm up overhead. And breathe. Maybe bringing it towards the wall. And back up. Engage your core. Let's turn the feet, right foot out, left foot in, bending the right knee, arms over the legs. For warrior two, strengthening the leg. You might feel some sensation there in the right leg. And breathe. The more you bend that knee, the more you're probably going to feel there in your right leg. But you decide how much to bend. Let's switch to the other side. Left knee bending. And breathe. And holding 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, let the arms down, feet back together. Rest here for a few seconds. Let's try tree. So I'll give you a couple of variations here. One is to have the foot at the ankle. So either foot, either leg at your ankle, calf, or if you want to bring it up to your thigh. Another variation is to actually put your foot on your thigh, like a lotus posture. Try that too if you want. If that's not hard on that knee. So really being careful, mindful of your knee here. If you want to try that. Arms start, palms together. They can stay here or kind of blossoming out like a tree. Another option, if you have your foot in a kind of a half lotus there, you can take your arm and bind it behind your back, grabbing hold of your foot. Try that if you want. It kind of gives an opening to your right shoulder, at least my right shoulder here. And holding 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, release with control. Arms coming out, slowly allowing the foot to come down. That helps to maintain the prana, the life force in the body. Just take a moment to soften the legs, just internally softening the legs, sending a mental signal to rest your legs. Breathe. Let's try the other leg. Remember, anywhere along the inside of the standing leg, except for the knee. You don't want to put it directly on your knee. All right. So find a comfortable spot there. Palms together in front of the heart, if you'd like. Or maybe binding. You can grab your foot from behind. Use your arm or arms to help you balance here. And holding. 3, 2, 1, and release. Just taking your time here. Resting, maintaining that prana as we come out of the pose. Let's sweep our arms up for chair pose, so bending the knees, kind of kicking the hips back a little bit. As you come in the chair, hold that for about 20 seconds. Just feeling your body. This is where the divine, however you understand that to be, is. Right here. So just waking up our ability to see that. We're just waking up our ability to see that. And we all need to wake up, myself included there. I forget that I even have a body. 3, 2, 1, and let's stand right up. rest. Okay, we'll do a little bit of a hip opener here. When you're ready to step the left foot forward, right foot back. And go ahead and come down for a kind of lunge. And we're just going to bring the left hand on the inside of the left leg. The left hand, instead of on the outside, on the inside of the left leg. And back toes uncurling, if possible. And it's kind of slowly releasing the tension in your left hip so that the knee begins to splay out. Your left knee might begin to splay out. You can kind of turn your left foot outwards, like externally turning your left foot outwards as your knee comes in. Get a nice deep stretch in the left hip. And if you kind of lengthen up your back, putting a little bit of an arch there, you might feel a little stretch in the front of your hip flexor there of your right leg too. Just hold that. Now, another option here though is to come down onto your elbows. Sometimes that deepens that stretch. See how that feels. If it's too much, if it's too intense, just come out of it. And just let the pose do it for you. You don't have to do anything. You're in the pose, you just let the pose work. Okay, let's make our way back to all fours. So the left knee comes back to meet the right knee. Just pause here in tabletop. We can do some cat-cow while we're here. Kind of letting the left hip return to its baseline. And then let's try the right leg. So just sweeping the right foot forward. If you need to slide it or step it, you can take hold of your ankle and just help it forward. Right hand on the inside of the right leg. And just breathing, easy breathing. Again, remembering to externally rotate your right foot. Maybe coming down onto your elbows. You know, when you're ready, you can try that if you want. Or the other option is to just make your back a little taller. If you're not sure, you can always try it and see how it feels. Just letting your breath be free. So softening around your abdomen. If possible. And when you're ready, come on back up. And feel free to slide your right foot back to meet your left. Coming into tabletop. You could stay in tabletop or do a little bit of rounding. While we're here in tabletop, let's do some back bends. So this one is placing your right elbow down on the ground and lifting your left leg. Lifting your left leg, right elbows down. I'm sorry, left elbows down. Lifting your left leg. And then reaching your right hand behind to grab hold of your foot, ankle, or calf. And pushing your foot into your hand, lifting your head a little bit maybe. Breathe into your ribs. It's good to smile if you can. Smile helps us to feel a sense of control over ourselves, mastery over ourselves, even if we don't feel like it. And holding 3, 2, 1. And release. And bringing the right elbow down, left knee, and then bringing the right leg up. Right leg comes up, left arm comes around. Taking hold of the foot, ankle, or calf, and then pushing the foot into the hand. You might feel a little pull on the left shoulder there. Really pushing the foot into the hand. So you might feel something in your thigh, in your right thigh. And 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. And we'll just bring our knee down and slide back to child's pose. So sitting back on the heels, just letting the head rest down. Okay, let's try coming back up onto all fours. And this time it's kind of like doing the split. So bringing the left foot forward. So if you can, bring your foot back up and slide it forward. Right knee comes back. Just kind of bringing your right knee back away from your left leg as far as you feel comfortable. We'll just start out by lifting our left toes up off of the mat. So to begin straightening our left leg. You might feel something in the back of your leg there. You can stay here, or if you want to slide your left foot forward, slide your left foot forward, either folding forward over your left leg, drawing your head towards your knee, or maybe coming up a little taller. Like I would benefit from some blocks right now. I don't have them right at hand, but well, maybe coming up a little taller. You might feel some stretch in that right hip flexor. Just kind of getting a sense of that. Not overdoing. Engage your core. If you decide to be like more upright, then engage your core here. Really pay attention to what's going on in your hips. Okay, and then let's switch to the other side. Just kind of pulling my leg back in. And switching to the other leg. So the right leg, just kind of bring that one around. You can stay in a lunge if you want to. So just kind of lunging forward. And then when you're ready, like that's a nice stretch just being in this lunge. Nice stretch on the hips. You want to try just lifting the right toes up, maybe straightening the knee. Now you can try that. You can fold forward, or like I mentioned, be more upright. Even balancing, this could be a balancing pose. And just doing the best that you can, that you want to do. You know, not pushing. Breathing easy. And then when you're ready, make your way out of it. All right, let's make our way onto our abdomen. Another back bending pose. Make our way onto our abdomen. Just rest for a moment. You can have your hands at your sides, maybe turning your ankles outward. That's oftentimes very restful for your legs. The toes pointing inward, ankles pointing outwards. I'm just releasing, practicing letting go into the ocean, the Brahman, Atman in yourself, meeting that Brahman, which is the universe. And let's bring the hands underneath our shoulders for a little back bend, one more back bend. So legs together for Cobra. We start out with the chin or forehead on the mat, lengthening the back of the neck, and then lifting the head, neck, shoulders up. Pressing lightly into the hands, elbows close to the body. The object here is not to lift up high as much as to engage the muscles in your back. So you don't really even need to use your hands here. Just holding for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and rest back down. All right, when you're ready, let's do some forward folds. So coming back into child's pose for just a moment, just to stretch the back out a little bit, sliding the hands forward, or alternatively bringing the hands to the feet. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, come on up to a seat. Swing your feet forward. Try just a couple of forward folds. The first one, just having the left foot on the inside of the right leg and reaching for that right leg. Reaching for your right toes and reaching with both hands. So you can keep your back tall as you reach forward. You don't have to touch your toes or anything. You're just reaching for it. So our back is long here, lengthening up. You could bend your right knee if you need to. And reaching forward. And then lowering down. So your abdomen is pressing against your thigh a little bit here. And then as you're ready, make your way back up to seated in your own way. We want to stay inside what's called the window of tolerance, what our body can tolerate. We stay inside that. When we're ready, switch to the other side, switch to the other leg. So this means knowing your limitations, how far to go and when to back off. Okay, when you're ready, same thing on this side, you could even, as you're folding forward, take your hand and just kind of move the skin away from your sit bones. That helps to get a better reach forward. You don't have to touch your toes. I've been doing this for quite some time, so my hamstrings happen to be flexible at this time. I don't know, I don't like using that word flexible. They just are what they are. And I found these forward folds immensely helpful for back pain. So I get low back pain from time to time, but it's been a lot better since I've been doing these forward folds, and I found even mid-back pain, especially from doing long amounts of meditation. These forward folds, if they're done with real attention, can be very helpful for alleviating back pain. It's important here, I think, to tuck the chin and lengthen out from the crown of the head towards the foot. Then you get a stretch between the shoulder blades when you do that. All right, and then coming back to seated, remember your body is your best teacher. Another way we can do this forward bending posture is to take hold of one leg and just rock it a little bit. It's called rocking the baby. It's a wonderful stretch for the hips. Another hip opener. So just kind of rocking forward and back. I've got my foot in my hand and my knee in my other hand. You can do it like that, or if you want to wrap your elbows around your leg, do it like this. Find a place where this leg opens up, not forcing it to open, but just on its own. It's maybe massage. It's like giving yourself a massage. Kind of what yoga is, giving yourself a massage. All right, and then just stretching that leg out, that same leg, and we'll fold right over that leg. Kind of reaching forward and going right over that leg there. You can also, as you're folding forward, use the weight of your body to help bring your head towards your knee. You don't have to touch your knee here. And then making our way back up. Let's try that with the other leg. So just kind of cradling it in our arms or in our hands. It's a nice stretch to the hips, to the glutes. Let's get a nice stretch to the glutes as you go side to side a little bit. Feeling it out. Your body is it's got so much wisdom in it. And it's giving us information as we're moving our legs side to side. Our leg is actually giving us information, like it's better than the internet. You know, your own body is way better than the internet. It's telling you what's going on. And so if we listen to that, we can make decisions based on based on the actual message from our own body. Way more powerful than going on Google and figuring it out. It's right here, it's right inside of you. The other way to move is forward and backward. You know, you can rock a little bit forward and backward here. And then stretching that leg out and bringing the other one in. Same thing, forward fold over your other leg. All right, and then coming back up. And feel free to crisscross your legs. Take one hand, bring it to the opposite knee, the other hand behind your back for a little twist. So lengthening your back up actually as you twist. So first is to lengthen your spine, and then second is to turn. And then remind yourself, if you can, to lengthen up again and then turn again. So it's this process of lengthening and twisting, lengthening and twisting, lengthening and twisting again and again. And then when you're ready to switch to the other side, go ahead and do that. And back to center for yoga mudra, the yogic seal. The seals in all the benefits of our practice. So just crisscrossing our legs, bringing our hands behind our back, taking hold of one wrist with the other hand, and rounding the back, drawing the forehead towards the mat, focusing on our breathing. And then slowly, slowly coming back up to seated. Making this the slowest movement of our class today. Releasing your hands and pausing here for just a few moments. You can close your eyes if you want to. Just drawing your attention inwards. See if you notice any shifts or changes in how you feel. And then from here, let's make our way into yoga Nidra, deep relaxation. Go ahead and lay down if you'd like, on your back or on your side. If you prefer to use a chair, that's fine too. You may want to turn off lights in your space if you have them on, or maybe even put on an extra layer of clothing just to keep your body warm. Just kind of circle the feet around the ankles a few times. Roll the legs a few times. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and hold it. Squeeze all the muscles of your right leg and lift. Squeeze tighter and release. Just let the air out. Breathe normal again. Let's try the left leg. So take a deep breath in and hold it. Squeeze, lift, and release. Roll the legs a couple times again, and forget about it. Let's do our glutes. When you're ready, take a breath in and hold. Squeeze the glutes as tight as you can, and release. Okay, let's do the arms. We'll do both of them together. When you're ready, make fists with your hands. Take a deep breath in and hold. Squeeze your arms tight. Lift. Release. Okay, take a deep breath into your abdomen, puffing it up like a balloon. Hold it. Suck in a little bit more air. Open the mouth, let the air gush out. Take a deep breath into your ribs, puffing them up like a balloon. Hold it, suck in a little bit more. Hold. Open your mouth, let the air gush out.
Squeezing your shoulders up towards your ears without lifting your arms or hands. And release. Squeezing your shoulders behind your back. Shoulder blades coming together here. Squeeze and release. And then lowering your shoulders down towards your feet and rest. Make some space between your shoulders and your ears. So lift the head up, tuck the chin, and lower the head back down with the chin tucked. And then rest the neck. Squeeze all the muscles in the face. Squeeze shut your eyes tight. Squeeze your mouth. Make a prune face. And release. Notice your whole body. And soften anywhere you feel tension in your body. Arms, legs, whatever you're noticing here in your body is totally okay. Just noticing it and resting anywhere you feel tension or tightness. It's giving yourself permission to rest fully. It's just a complete letting go. And then focusing your awareness on your breathing, just witnessing your breath. And simply witnessing your thoughts or any emotions that might be there coming up for you. Just witnessing them. And lastly, noticing any feelings of ease in your body or mind, and really resting there, directing your attention there. Okay, as you're ready, feel free to roll your legs and arms, stretch out your arms if you want. Maybe rolling to your left side. You can stay on your side or make your way to seated. Come into a cross-legged posture. And just noticing any changes in your body, how you feel, perhaps in your mind. Remembering the practice of yoga is really to help us to be more comfortable in our own skins, because that's where the divine dwells. And that's hard. That's hard to feel ourselves sometimes even being worthy of connecting with the divine within our own skin. What happens to you happens to God. What happens to you happens to Buddha. And then closing our class, may the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light.